Hello, children. So we have completed that, the narrator, while he was sitting in a chair and thinking about his looks and all. So at that time, a fat snake which fell from the above, it coiled him, and the narrator now found himself in a pathetic condition. He just he was just turned into a stone image. So let us continue now. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. God was there. So he was saying that at that time, God, he remembered the presence of the God. He felt as if God was there. Suppose I said something and he did not like it, as if he said something which was not liked by the God. I tried in my imagination to write words, write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "O God." So in his imagination, he was just trying to write words, "O God," outside his heart. There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. So now his left arm, it started paining, and he was feeling as if a thick lead rod, not leaden rod, but a rod made of molten fire. Molten fire mean melting fire, you can say, or flowing fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing his arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. So he was feeling very weak. He was feeling as if all the strength of his arm was drained or emptied. What could I do? Now, what he should have done? At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. And suppose he did any movement, the snake would have struck him, and the death was almost 4 inches away from him. Suppose it stuck, what was the medicine I had to take? Now the doctor was thinking, suppose the snake, attacked or struck him, which medicine he should have taken? There were no medicines in the room. He was not having any medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. So he was thinking all these things. All these things were coming to his mind, that he was such a foolish, stupid, and poor doctor who had not kept any medicine in his room. And in all these thoughts, he forgot his danger and smiled weakly. Feebly mean weakly at himself. It seemed as if God appreciated that. So now he felt as if God liked that. God appreciated that when he called himself foolish and all. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. Now the snake turned its head from the narrator's face and started looking into the mirror at its own reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror. So the narrator was saying that he was not saying that this was the first snake which was looking into a mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. But he was quite sure that this snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? And now the narrator was thinking whether this snake was admiring its own beauty as the narrator was doing earlier. Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache, or using eyeshadow and mascara, or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? Now the narrator, he was in confusion whether the snake was taking an important decision of growing mustache, or he was thinking of applying eyeshadow and mascara, which are cosmetics used by ladies to decorate their eyes, and or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead. It's known to you, vermilion means red powder which ladies apply on their forehead as a symbol of being married. So I did not know anything for certain. What sex was this snake? Was it male or female? So the narrator was saying he was not known whether this snake was male or female, whether he wanted to grow mustache or use this eyeshadow and mascara and all. So I will never know, for the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. So now the narrator is saying that he did not understand when this snake unwound means freed, released itself from his arm and slowly slithered, slipped, moved into his lap. From there it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror, and from his lap it crept towards that table, or on that table where the mirror was kept, and perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Maybe the snake wanted to enjoy seeing its reflection from a close distance. I was no mere image cut in granite. Granite is a stone. So now, as soon as the snake released itself, the narrator said he came to life. He came in motion. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. As if he came to life. So still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. So, holding his breath, he just got up from the chair and quietly went through the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt onto the yard and ran for all I was worth. And from the veranda, he jumped towards the yard, and from the yard, he started running with all I was worth, with full his strength. Then, phew, each of us heaved a sigh of relief. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife very fat? So earlier we have seen that the narrator was talking to his friends. Now those people whom he was talking, one of them, each of us heaved, one of them said, now each of us heaved or took a sigh of relief, as this they might have said, thank God. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife really fat? And someone, from those friends asked whether the doctor's wife was very fat. So that's all for today. Rest will take afterwards.